Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shergog, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at what people thought about Momon, the totally human adventurer, and his beautiful companion Princess Nabe. But before we're going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, and say my thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's take a look at the topic at hand. Ooal Gown and Ainz Ooal Gown in a disguise as the mysterious Dark Knight Momon and his loyal companion, the beautiful Princess Nabe, were perceived quite differently depending on who was perceiving them. But let's start right from the beginning. Ainz Ooal Gown, being an undead overlord, couldn't openly roam around and reveal his skeletal face to everyone. And since Shizo Delta is relatively robotic looking and Yuri Alpha can only maintain her human appearance until she loses her head, which as a Dallahan wouldn't be particularly tragic for Yuri herself, but it would nonetheless compromise her disguise. And the same goes for any healing spell. So Ainz had to choose one of the less conspicuous but also a bit more unsafe Pleiades, and his choice fell on Ooal Gown, the doppelganger with the most human appearance, also known as Nabe, in her role. And right from the start, Momon and Nabe made an interesting impression. Despite their strength, they were still initially ranked the lowest in the Adventurer Guild, thus prompting adventurers to test Momon, despite his massive swords and his impressive armor, because they figured, this might be just a soft noble underneath, having been given his armor by Daddy, so he is perhaps weak and frail and vulnerable. And this scene played out in a tavern frequently visited by adventurers, leading to an adventurer attempting to come on to Nabe, but Momon promptly used this guy as a projectile, making him crash into a nearby table, much to the dismay of Britta, who lost a healing potion in the process. However, Momon replaced it with a small healing potion, a potion of minor healing to be precise, which in the New World had immense value and was known as God's Blood. And this incident alone earned Momon a measure of respect from other adventurers. And the tavern owner commissioned Britta to find him out more about this unusual potion. And through incidences like this, the legend spread that Momon and Nabe are perhaps the survivors, the remnants of an extinct kingdom, perhaps a king and a princess, or something along those lines. And Nabe also captivated many with her beauty, often attracting admirers, while her sharp retorts to her admirers were interpreted more as humor and banter than as serious insults, much to Nabe's dismay, because she genuinely despised humans, and unlike the smiling sadist Lupus Regina Beta, couldn't hide her emotions and her disdain behind a soft smile. And therefore Ainz also considered that Ooal might not have been the optimal choice after all. And aside from that, Ainz had been later approached by the Swords of Darkness, and while they perceived him as a stranger, as a foreigner, they nonetheless treated him with kindness, and his inquiries about the region were simply acknowledged and answered. And the Swords were also very impressed by how powerful Momon was when he effortlessly split an ogre in two with his paired greatswords. But while the Swords of Darkness were impressed by Momon's strength, Clementine acted contemptuously and was almost amused by his brutish strength and his unrefined fighting style and Momon's general ignorance about things. However, one hug was all it had taken to change her opinion about him. Of course, the city guards were also very impressed when Momon was using a greatsword to eliminate a giant zombie made up of various smaller zombies, and therefore he quickly rose through the adventurer ranks. However, not everyone shared the enthusiasm of the masses. The leader of Team Kralgra, for example, despised Momon as a foreign upstart who was overshadowing his hard-earned reputation. All the effort, all the work, all the injuries, all the times he had to lament losing a member of his own team. Only to be now overshadowed by this new figure made Igwot, the leader, very sore, and thus he sought made Igwot, the leader, very envious and jealous, and thus he actively sought to sabotage and spread rumors against Momon, behaving extremely hostile towards him. However, his team had a different attitude, and even apologized for their leader's rude and dismissive behavior, which didn't help at all, because they later, just like Igwot, were eliminated, before Momon supposedly fought against a malevolent vampire. After Momon and also Nabe defeated a basilisk and blew up a giant bonsai in the forest of Top, their reputation as legendary adventurers was solidified, and the highest rank of the guild, Adamantite, was earned. And their victory over the demon emperor Yaldabaoth earned them a certain political recognition. And here it gets interesting once again, because the only reason Momon and Nabe were not immediately given a noble title, and then could potentially influence the kingdom's internal politics, was simply because the nation was deeply divided and politically entangled in a succession crisis, repeatedly teetering on the brink of a civil war. And since the king managed to drive away the demon emperor, and Prince Zenek rode out on the streets and showed that he was willing to fight, the aristocrats around the Crown Prince Barbaro, whose position in the succession was now weakened, felt the need to prevent the rise of such a powerful figure in the nobility. Otherwise, they would likely be politically vulnerable, and King Ramposa, with Gazev Stronov and then another powerful and popular figure by his side, would perhaps not hesitate to engage in open warfare. In short, under normal circumstances, Momon would right then and there have become an adventurer. Also, even in the Baharut Empire, Momon enjoyed a high reputation. Among other things, Team Foresight threatened to unleash Momon as a last trump card if they were not allowed to leave Nezarec unharmed. However, despite all the deeds Momon had accomplished, there were still some who despised him and Nabe. For example, an aristocrat on the side of Crown Prince Barbaro, after making advances towards Nabe, was promptly struck by her own hand, and then complained to Barbaro, unaware that he would be sacrificed if a conflict arose between him and the adventurer team of Momon and Nabe. And generally speaking, such direct answers were something completely new to the nobility. Furthermore, Skarma Elbero, the leader of the Four Armaments, despised Momon simply because she had dyed her hair black before, and thus associating herself with the color black. However, after Momon appeared as the Black Knight and demonstrated his power, she had to change her marketing strategy and hair color, which frustrated her immensely, because again, all of the effort she had spent to be associated with that color, to promote and advance her team's prestige, were now basically lost to another, to a competitor. But aside from such cases, Momon and Nabe were celebrated, and Momon's popularity was also used to stabilize the fledgling Sorcerer Kingdom. Momon publicly declared that he would execute the Sorcerer King if he dared to rule tyrannically over the people of Irantel, which stabilized the young nation and aided it immensely. In other words, despite Momon and Nabe accomplishing one heroic feat after another, They were scorned as upstart by Iguva, detested as competitors by Scum Albero, and marginalized and avoided as a potential political threat by the aristocrats. And with that said, now it's your turn. Did you like the video? Do you want to add something to the topic? Then let me know it down in the comment section. And while you type, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Ader Daddy Ader, ASK, Badger Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Dragonlord Placido Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Hat, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Le Louche Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Lovebrazer, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, Okill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Q&A Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venger Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.